wait for thee to come home. I fumble the words, yeah, my sadness when you're in that dress. Glad you're home. Will you stay with me and never leave? You walked into my life and I am glad you came. Glad you came. When you're not around, I've been broken. Glad you came. Glad you came.